I'm so excited, guys. I just came back from going to a town that's about 2 hours away. We had a really great day. It's a town that has bricks and minifigs, so you know what this is going to be about. But before that, we also went to a Buc-ee's because my parents and a friend I took had never been there before, and I've only been to like one, so it was a really neat experience to go there. And before that, we went to an author book signing with a whole bunch of authors, and I got to meet my childhood favorite author, and she got to sign a couple books for me, so that was so neat. I have some pictures of that, so I'll put them right here. And then we ended the day out with some Chick-fil-A, delicious. But before that, of course, we went to Bricks and Minifigs, and I'm super excited because I found a set that I have always wanted to get, but you have to go really far away to go get it, spend a lot of money to get there, and I actually don't know how much it is there. I didn't take the time to look it up because I was too excited. I plan on going there someday, but you know, it's one of those things that you want to do it, you plan to do it, but is it going to happen? Probably not, unfortunately. So, I have a really big bag, and you can probably see what's in there. But I also got some other things. First off, my friend needed her own personal minifig, so we went there to build our own minifig because they have a pretty good selection. So she built her own. I have a picture of it. And then I also built mine, and then if you get 3 it was a lot cheaper, and Dad has never built one, so my dad built one as well. So I put mine on my little bookcase set. That's what she did with hers, and then Dad's just hanging out next to my bookcase for now. I also have this tiny bag that has a little poly bag inside. Ta-da! So neat. So if you have followed a while back, you know I did get this character when I went to Bricks and Minifigs, probably actually the last time I went to Bricks and Minifigs, but it was already pre-built. I got him, I had all of his pieces, so it was great, but I didn't have like him in the poly bag, and they actually had him, and so I'm gonna just display this with my Batman stuff. My pre-built one is already in the case with the other villains. I'll show you that, but I'm just gonna put him in there, so let's go place this in there. Here is my dad's minifigure with his walking stick, because he goes walking almost every day with a big brown walking stick. And then my minifigure sitting there reading a book in a hoodie. This is where mainly all of my Batman stuff is, except for that. But as you can see, right back there is the built Mr. Freeze in there with the other villains that came with the Batcave set. So Riddler, Catwoman, Penguin, and Joker. And then I put Mr. Freeze right there in the middle. And we'll just slide this somewhere in there for now, till I figure out for sure where I want to display it. So there we have all of the figures in there, and the bag of Mr. Freeze. So now that I've placed those where they go, it's time for the big bag. So, you probably have already guessed what it is, because you could probably see it through the bag. You ready? Dun 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 dun! I'm so excited! So, this is, of course, the Pirate minifigure tribute that you can only get at Lego House in Billund, Denmark. So this is super neat. I still want to go to Lego House at some point to see it. They say there's a bunch of really cool history, and like they have this own personal city and all that. I've seen videos of it. I really want to go at some point. But this is one of the things that I wanted to go for, was to get this, because you can only get it there. And there's one other set I would like to get too, but they didn't have it at the Bricks and Minifigs, but that's okay. Which is the first limited like edition one that only goes at Lego House, and that was the duck. So I'm gonna keep my eye out for that one. Maybe they'll get it like this, because they actually had 2 of these. So let's take a look here. It is obviously a 10+ set. It is set 40504. called a minifigure tribute. It is of Captain Redbeard the Pirate. It is the 4th limited edition set. The first one we can see on the back of the box. First one was the duck. Then they had the mold machine. Then they have this little workstation here. And then the pirate came out as the 4th one. And there are some more now since then, but of course they're on the back of the box. Then we have this cool little tribute to minifigures down here, like where they've started at and all that. It's really neat. And we have Home of the Brick. And on this side we have Lego House Souvenir. So cool. And we have printed tile. It's just so cool. I'm so excited to build this guy. He looks amazing. 3 really big plates. We do have a sticker sheet, but it is for the map and then a little skull and bones for the top of his head. We'll look at the book in a second. First off, we have, let's slide all this over. We have 2 bag 1s. We do have a brick separator in there. Pretty neat. Bag 1. We have 3 bag number 2s. Okay. We have 1 3, 2 4s, 2 5s. The 1 is like really tiny. We have a 6, a 7, more. Stand up. There we go. We have 2 8s, and then 9. So just 9 bags, but 2 has like 3 bags, so really more. And let's pull the book out. There is a lot of like reading and stuff in the front of this book. Usually I read the front of the book to you, but there is a lot of pages, and I have looked over it, read it. A lot of this was on the back of the box, basically summarized on the back of the box. So, I mean, if you want to slow the video down so that you can read it, go for it. Or if you want to go on the Lego instructions app, you can read it from there, I'm pretty sure, as well. But as I said, it keeps going. And unlike other instruction manuals where like one part be English and then Spanish or French or whatever another, all of this is English. So there's literally a lot of reading. So feel free to pause or look it up. I'm super excited to be able to build this brand new out of the box. I've always thought that if I did find it at the BAM store, it would be like someone had already built it and then put it there. So excited to find it brand new. So let's get to it. Celebrating an icon. This model is our way of paying tribute to a tiny figure that became our beloved brand icon and mascot. Since its introduction 45 years ago, the Lego minifigure has become an integral part of Lego play. At 4 Lego bricks tall, the small figure was an almost perfect fit to the Lego models launched at the time. In the years to come, many attempts were made to create the perfect figure. Numerous prototypes followed the launch of the building figure and stage extra figure before finally all the pieces came together, and from 1978, the Lego minifigure was ready to help children activate their dreams through roleplay. With perfect proportions, moving arms and legs, and a charming smile, the Lego minifigure combined the best characteristics of its 2 ancestors. The dimensions of the figure matched all standards in the Lego system in play, and the tiny hands could grab on to tools and bring even more life to Lego play. An instant classic. After its introduction in 1978, the Lego minifigure became the star in the 3 classic play themes: Lego Town, Lego Castle, and Lego Space. At the very center of these themes, the first minifigures were designed to reflect everyday heroes. They served as police officers, doctors, astronauts, and as heroes of medieval times, knights. All these combined made the minifigure an instant classic. Another instant classic was the launch of the Lego Pirates in 1989, led by Captain Redbeard, the star of this minifigure tribute set. The Pirates took the minifig into a whole new era. For the first time, the classic appearance of the minifigure was updated with new facial designs, such as beards, lipsticks, and eye patches. Today, roleplay in the shape of Lego minifigure is still an embedded part of the Lego system in play. Since the launch 45 years ago, approximately 10 billion minifigures have been produced, making them the world's largest population. Here's to another 45. A Lego House souvenir. The Lego House limited edition series was created to aid significant value to the experience of visiting Lego House as a guest. These sets are only available in Lego House, Home of the Brick. The first limited edition set to Lego House was the Wooden Duck, the Building Machine, and then the Master Builder Tribute Degman Home. I'm assuming I'm saying that right, I'm so sorry. Lego minifigure facts. The first patent for the minifigure was taken out in 1977. The first minifigure launched in 1978. The minifigure without hat or hairpiece stands exactly 4 Lego bricks tall. More than 80,000 different minifigures designs have been produced since 1978. The total number of minifigures produced exceeds 10 billion. The minifigure is a clever blend of 2 earlier Lego minifigures, the Lego Building Figure 1974 and the Stage Extra 1975. In addition to adding roleplay to various Lego play themes since 1978, the Lego minifigure has starred in its own series, the Lego Minifigures Collectible series, since 2010. 2023 marks the 45th anniversary of the Lego minifigure. He is amazing. I love this so much. It looks so good. So it doesn't actually say on the box how many pieces it is, but I added it up. It's 1,036 pieces. And it took me about an hour and a half to build because Dad wanted to time me on it. Well, starting off at the bottom here, we have a printed A Minifigure Tribute Lego House. Those are 2 separate tiles. And the base for him is nicely tiled off with like 34, I think, 2x2 black tiles. And then this brown part here is smoothed off with like 20. So it's very nice, and he's very nice and smoothed out, so appreciate that. We do have 1 peg leg and 1 regular leg. His nice top with his hook for a hand, and he does have an actual hand underneath there. Just this map fits perfectly over the top like a real minifigure. I love that. Then there's his face and his hat. You can't actually take him off of this base. It's just held on by this stud and that stud in the bottom of his feet, and he can just stand like so, but he is a little top heavy because that hat, yeah. But we do have the ability to just stand him there without his base. But his base, I feel like, is a necessity for how heavy he is. I'm going to take this map off of his hand. I'm afraid I'm going to drop it. So he is fully articulative. You can move his legs backwards and forwards, so you can have him sitting down if you wish. Like so. Nice distinguished gentleman sitting there. So he is fully posable like the other one, and he does come apart as he just showed you. He fully comes apart, so his legs come off of his torso, his arms can come off, his hands can come off, his head and his hat can all come off. But his legs are done very simply with a Technic rod going across through here that you slide the legs onto, making them able to spin not really spin, twist. That's the word I was looking for. And then this is all nice and smoothed off and goes flush with the bottom, and it is held on by these studs up here. As you can see from the stud work in there. And to get this really cool angle, you had to do a lot of technique inside. You can kind of see there where stuff is tilted to make those sides. Very neat. And as I said, you can take the arms off. It is a little hard though, because he has a shoulder pad on. But you can take them off. They are being held on by that rod right there. Push that on, push the shoulder pad back down. There we go. And then his arms, or not his arms, hands can come off. Well, his hand and his hook can come off, like so. And as I did mention, his hand is basically the same as the other minifigure's hand. And this is made as a perfect square on the bottom to perfectly go over the top of his hand and just rest there. It is not being like clipped in or studs. There's no studs up here. It is just perfectly sitting on it, like so. So you can flip his hand over and it would just fall right out. You can see it is just perfectly fit in there. So that's very awesome. This is a sticker piece. The biggest sticker piece in the set. There are only two. So it was very nerve-wracking putting this on, but I think I got it pretty much centered. It's a little off on this side, more closer to that side, kind of further away, but you know what? We'll take it. There's no air bubbles. We're happy with it. And then we have his hook. Now his hook does kind of confuse me. I don't know why there is a blue stud here. But there is a blue stud of distance between his arm and his hook, and you can kind of notice it, but I guess it's supposed to be like that. And then his hook is done in a really neat way with the like macaroni type pieces around a circle, almost circle. The back of him is rather plain, literally all black except for his belt, but the front of him, it's very neat. So we have this gold piece here for his belting. We have this strap going across here. It is only attached by these studs here and these studs up here, or one stud up here. And then it is done like this, so you can kind of move it, but it pretty much lays it at that perfect angle. Has another buckle here. He has 4 buttons and a little tuft of his green shirt there. And then we have the 2 shoulder pads that are brown on either side. We have these like slope pieces here that are attached to a snot brick to try and get it as close to his torso as possible. But it is only being held on there by one, so it keeps like turning just a little bit, so you do have to be careful with that. And then his head does turn like so, but it also can pop off like so. Just sits on that right there. And you can kind of see from the underside there's a blue plate way up in there. I'm not going to take this apart to show you, but I did take a video of it. The little bitty island. The little ocean, the circular tile, and then the
tree.
The little twig.
It's cute.
And then you cover it with rock. Which means you'll never see it again. But he will always be thinking about it because it's in his brain. There's also a little bit of gold in there as well. But there's also gold hidden everywhere kind of in his body. There's some on the plate work here, down here, and in his feet. So, I mean, there's gold everywhere on this guy. But his face here is printed, as well as these slopes here to continue his beard down. Nicely smoothed off and rounded all the way around. If you take the hat off, his head is flat, but that's okay. The hat is rather heavy, but very well done. It is flat with the points on the end. This is the other big sticker piece, which is the skull bones, crossbones. I got that one pretty much centered perfectly, so I'm very happy with that one. Then we have this nice curvature up here, the nice angling down this way. You can see the angles continue and slope work. There's a lot of slopes in this hat to give it the nice angle. Continued on the back, and on this side we have the little stock piece here, and then all of this just goes back together very simply. Right now he is a mess on the ground here of all of his pieces, but it will be okay, I promise. But once again, I just want to show you how smoothed off and well rounded everything is. Literally so smooth. There are hardly any studs on this guy at all, besides like decorative ones for the front of his buttons and for these little studs up here, and then the studs that go around the base plate. There are, well, not really a base plate, more like a half, but everything is so smoothed off and so nice, and we can put it all together very simply. We'll put the torso back to the legs. I think this is the part that will probably like fall off or whatever the most if you mess with him a lot. Oh, we could stand him up. We'll put his map on his hand here. Stick his head up here. And his hat has 8 studs up there that it's attaching to. And there you go. A beautiful minifigure tribute. And I have the minifigure that this guy is made for. I need to find him. I gotta figure out where he is, but I need to find him. This is like one of my dreams. Never thought I'd actually get to own him, unless I like spent all the money to go to Denmark, or Billund. But still, so excited to have him added to my collection. I'm gonna go try and find my small minifigure guy to put him on one of these studs down here on the plate and display them with each other. For now, I just stuck him up here with his box next to the other minifigure. I would love to have a better place, like I would love to have a bigger hero cabinet or display case to put him in so he would remain dust free. But right now, that is where he will sit. I did find his fig though. Has the peg leg, the hook, the shoulder pads, the hat. It is literally identical. I got him kind of standing up there next to him on his shoulder, but he's not actually stud. There's no, like, there's one single stud, but he doesn't fit under the hat if I set him on the stud. So he's just kind of sitting there at the moment, but I'm afraid he's gonna fall, so I will have to move him. But that is so cool. I hope you all enjoyed as much as I did this awesome Lego House exclusive limited set. Go build Lego, let God. Bye everybody. Stay tuned because there was some stuff I saw at the BAM store that I'm thinking about going back and getting. So might be another BAM haul here in a little while.